Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal. Patch 9.1.5 has a variety of different quality of life improvements coming out in order to help us play our alternative characters a lot more often. Whether it is changes in order to get our ults up and running, skipping a lot of the grind, and starting to actually play in dungeons, in raids, and in PvP, or even finding ways for our alternate characters that we haven't even leveled to max level to have an easier time integrating, catching up to where our main is at, so we can start enjoying them to its fullest. This video is going to go over the cumulative list of everything Blizzard has done so far in the PTR updates in order to make it easier for us to start playing alts. I get quite a few questions asking me about what is everything the Blizzard has added in the next PTR update that'll make our alts more playable, so hopefully this video will be brief and quick enough. As always, if you guys are watching, most of you guys are not subscribed, hit subscribe, hit the bell, it helps out the channel tremendously. Anyway, let's dive into the list. We're going to start this video from the beginning on everything that your characters can use in order to make questing, leveling, and catching up to your main character in Shadowlands easier. And the PTR update that's going to benefit your characters is going to happen before you even step through into the Shadowlands, and that's going to be heirloom gear upgrades. Heirloom gear can now upgrade to a way higher level, so as you level your characters through Shadowlands, the gear will upgrade with you. The heirloom gear comes with different tier set bonuses that we've covered in this channel before, but some of the important ones are going to be in bonus damage, bonus stats as you level up, but also longer duration for rested XP. Particularly good for any players that don't really grind the character in a single sitting to go from 50 to 60, and rather you play for a couple of hours a day. You'll be able to utilize that rested XP to gain the most amount of benefit for your character for the least amount of time spent. But also not having to swap out gear on your character constantly or looking for upgrades as this gear scales up with you is just going to make that experience of going from 50 to 60 a little bit smoother. The Shadowlands skip into the Shadowlands, if you don't want to do the introduction, is also going to be fantastic. If you've done it too many times on your old characters, you could skip it completely and just start with the Shadowlands content, which has gotten some updates. Talking about level 50 to 60, the actual leveling experience, the first thing your alt characters will be able to use is an item that boosts your renown level with any covenant to 40. This has to be used on PTR on a level 50 character, so if you're under that, like 48, 49, it's best to wait out for anything that gives you renown until you can use this item to kick boost your character to start earning renown for whatever covenant you're interested in playing. Blizzard essentially added a variety of different things while you're questing that will give your character renown, so if you already know which covenant you want to explore or which ability playstyle you want to play, maybe you already know that you want to play a rogue as a PvP rogue, so you might be playing Necrolord from the start, then this way you are able to start your renown grind really early, and as you do stuff while leveling, you'll also be able to earn renown, so by the time you hit max level, you'll have quite a lot of it. If you choose to level your character through questing and not dungeon grinding or PvP grinding, you'll notice there have been some updates to the open world. Primarily when it comes to bonus objectives, which are objectives you can do by yourself or with a group of friends, and it basically gives you a zone, and any interactions you do inside of the zone, like killing certain mobs or interacting with certain items, to fill up this bar. The fill up a bar previously was just not really worth, and the rewards compared to also the XP you get for doing this just didn't really feel like worth the time. It felt like a lot of effort for very little gain. That has been flipped in 9.1.5. The bonus objectives are a lot easier to do. The bar fills up a lot quicker, so you're able to get through it very quickly, but also the rewards are pretty good too. The amount of experience you gain for it is for the time spent, for how quickly you can do them, is fantastic. The reward structure for the gear that you can get from this is also not bad either, but I'm using heirloom gear, so for me, certain pieces I don't really need, but whatever gear you get out of it, for me, was always an upgrade. And better gear at lower level does mean faster leveling, as mobs simply die quicker. But also one of the biggest things you can get from the bonus objectives is renown. For completing them, majority of them gave me renown, which also feeds towards that end game goal of your character. You can actually start earning a lot of renown, so by the time you hit max level, you should have a lot of it, and you don't have to worry about renown once you hit that max level. This is fantastic because if you already know more or less what you want to play, or maybe a specific class covenant combo interests you, you could already start grinding towards that renown while you are leveling, so before you even hit max level, you can start getting a lot of the progress done currently. Another aspect that has been changed out in the open world is those fill up the bar quests. If you end up using the fate system to level, where with every single zone you're going to have this bar that you can fill up, and once it's filled up, it will give you renown and quarter over level, scaling with whatever you are. So if you wanted to go to every one of these zones of Shadowlands, help out the Kyrian, help out the Necrolords, help out the Fae, have all the bars filled, once they hit level 59, you go to the 4 zones, you turn in those 4 quests, and bam, that's a full level right there. That bar took a little bit of a while to fill up prior to the 9.1.5 update, but right now in 9.1.5, you could just do some bonus objectives and world quests, and you could fill that bar up very quickly. Questing isn't the only way of earning XP. They even added a daily quest available for Torghast to dive into the tower and get some experience as well as currency. They also added a similar event for a daily activity for PvPers. Just winning any kind of battleground will allow you to finish out the quest, giving you some gear and potentially even renown, but it's really difficult to test battleground queues on PTR. As for Torghast, it's pretty easy to test. There will be a broker inside that gives you a quest on a daily rotation to go into Torghast, and you will get some soul ash as well as a little bit of XP. This also gives players a bit of a break from the regular content they do to level up, like dungeons, battlegrounds, or maybe even just normal quests out in the open world. So that could be something for a new player that's just exploring the class to just have some wacky fun with all the different powerful Torghast abilities, since the content will scale to your level. Finishing up a Torghast wing also can give you renown. It's not a guaranteed drop, but it does seem to drop more or less every other Torghast run. So if you're someone who is this renown fiend, try to get your character caught up, so by the time you hit max level, you don't need to worry about renown. That is something you'll be able to do while you are leveling. And turning in that renown quest over in Ouroboros also gives you renown. I mean, they're really just trying to make renown rain from the sky for you. As for your max level characters at level 60 in 9.1.5, the same item we used in order to boost our renown to 40 on alts can also be used on our alt characters that are max level. If you want to try out different covenants, you'll at least be able to start at renown 40. Those alt characters that are switching around covenants will also be able to utilize the different soul binds of those covenants as well. So if, let's say, your main character is the champion with Kyrian and completed the full story of the Kyrian covenant, then your alternate characters will be able to kickstart and utilize the soul binds of those covenants a lot quicker. So if you want to play around with Clea from the Kyrian or Mechanicus for the cooldown reduction on your covenant ability a lot quicker, you'll be able to just talk to them and start utilizing those soul binds very quickly, which lets you start playing your old characters without having to do the full story just to unlock them. But those fresh level 60 characters are also going to need some gears, and Blizzard is messing around with some of the different numbers and ways to gear those old characters with catch-up gear either from PvP side of the game or from the PvE side of the game. So if I spend 500 Valor on a box to send to my alt characters, opening the box can yield some sort of a dungeon mythic plus item that also can be upgraded with Valor. It looks like they want to add some kind of way for you to gear your alt characters. I'm not sure if this system exactly will stay as is, because this one's getting a lot of iterations every few days or so, but I still wanted to mention it either way. But that's going to be everything we have so far on patch 9.1.5 PTR. We don't really know exactly when 9.1.5 will be available. Hopefully we'll hear something about it this week or next week. But as always, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you're wondering exactly what do we have to play with in order to catch up our characters, whether they are leveling characters, whether they're fresh level 60s, what will you be able to do for your alts through your main, there's quite a lot that Blizzard is adding for catch-ups in order to hopefully make alts a little bit more playable. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Blizzard could improve on any of these aspects in any way? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Link down Discord, join our community. I always hang out there all the time, so that's probably the best place to reach me with questions. Thank you all. I'll see all of you in the next one.